So we can break apart to hit me if I seem a little unimpressed with this. An antisocial pessimist, but usually I don't.
Hello and welcome to SR YouTube channel. Today we'll solve a HackerRank problem stated as Angry Professor. What the question says is there are some set of students who comes within the time and who comes beyond the time. So we need to count the number of students who are coming within the time, and this count number of people is greater than or equals to the threshold limit given by the professor. We have to check whether the class got cancelled or not. Let's see the functional description here. So what we have to written is we must return yes if the class is cancelled and no if the class is not cancelled, and here given threshold limit is k and array is into a of n. So let's see the question. Let's see the sample example. So this is the sample example. They are giving threshold limit is equal to k equals to 3 and the array is -1, -3, 4, 2, 1. So this is how the program should be like. Threshold limit we represent with the k and the array with a -1, 3, 4, 1. So what we are doing is we are counting the values which comes under arrival time less than or equals to 0. So we need to count people who comes under this particular range. So for that we created a variable called count. For I in a, for I in this array, if I less than or equals to 0, count equals to count plus 1. We are coming out of the if condition as well as for condition. If count is greater than or equals to k, print no, else print yes. So what happens here? Let's take this question. -1, -3, 4, 2. So what happens in the loop goes -1 less than or equals to 0, yes, count becomes 0 plus 1, that means 1. After -3 goes in, -3 less than or equals to 0, yes, count becomes 1 plus 1, 2. After 4 goes in, 4 is less than or equal to 0, no, nothing happens to the count. As well as 2 is less than or equals to 0, no, nothing happens. So our final count is c is equals to 0. Now we will check the condition c is greater than or equals to k. So 2 is greater than or equals to 3, no. So we'll print the class got cancelled, yes. Let's see this in HackerRank solution problem. So this is the solution. They are saying a discrete mathematics professor has a class of students frustrated with their lack of discipline. The professor decides to cancel class if few then some number of students as represented when the class starts. Arrival time goes from on time, arrival time less than or equals to 0 to arrive late, arrival time greater than or equals to 0. So this is how our method should be looking like. Definition: Angry Professor have a two parameters. One is threshold limit and another is an array. It's a list. So count equals to 0 for I in a. If I less than or equals to 0, count plus 1. Let's run the code. Our sample test case got passed. Let's submit the code. All test cases have been successfully submitted. See you guys. Let's see in another question. Thank you.